So today, I've got something a little bit different to show you guys. It is this contraption. Now this is the NGT Dynamic Carp Trolley. So it's a little bit different to a barrow, but as you saw when I took it out, it goes completely flat. And it's all ready to go. You literally just unfold it. There's a couple of poppers just to hold it in place here and here. You can fold out the arms, bring this up, and you're good to go. So let's get a bit of kit on it, take it round the lake, and tell you a bit more about it. Well, first impressions, it actually works quite well. I think it's easier than pushing a barrow, because pulling just always seems to be easier, doesn't it? In this sense anyway. Pulling is normally quite difficult. But yeah, works really well. Got everything round. So let's get the rods out. It's the first day in ages that the lakes have actually defrosted, so we can actually get a lead in the water and a bit of bait. So let's see how it goes. Got a few hours up here, get the rods out, and then we'll talk through some of the actual features of this trolley. Yeah, it's quite cool, I like it. Well, the rods are out, and if I'm completely honest, I can't see anything happening, but there's always more chance when they're in the water. And that gives us a little bit of time to have a look at this dynamic carp trolley from NGT. Now, I think one of the biggest benefits of it, there are definitely a few, but I think one of the biggest is just how flexible this really is. Now, as you saw, I brought all the kit that I need to fish for a day around the lake with me, and that was no problem at all. But you might have noticed a couple of things. Firstly, I use retractable rods. So I've got this on the smallest setting, and that works really well for holding the rods because the tips come just above the actual arm that you use to pull it. So that holds them nicely in place. But if you're using 12-foot rods, then you might want that a bit higher, or if you're bringing a brolly, or we'll come on to that in a minute. But this is completely adjustable. So you've got 4 little holes here and then pins either side. So basically it's as simple as just pushing the pin in either side, pulling it up, and then you can raise that right up. That's also a point to think about depending on your height to make it as easy as possible to pull it. Because if you're a bit taller, then you don't want to be reaching down too low for the actual pulley arm, because it will be a little bit awkward to pull it. So if you've got that raised up a bit, then obviously everything raises up and it will be easier for taller people to take around the lake. Not that I really have any problems with that. I can have it on the lower setting and be absolutely fine. But that's the adjustability on the height. You've also got adjustability on this section here. So if you're using bigger rods, or you've got bigger rod holdalls or something like that, I only use single sleeves, so they're a bit thinner, a bit neater. But if you do have quite a bulky rod holdall, or you want to bring a brolly with you, then this can extend right out as well. So you've basically got about 10-15 centimeters of adjustment where this can come further out, and then you can still use the little flooring bit there, but you've got more option for a bit more volume of kit that way. So works in exactly the same concept where you've got 4 pinholes and then the actual pins themselves. So you just push them in, pull it out, and then you can really vary it that way. But that's not where the kind of adjustability on it ends. Obviously you've got these arms either side as well. Don't have to use them at all if you don't want to, but if you do, then you've got little thumb screws just underneath here. So they just simply push in and out, and then you just tighten it down on itself. Like I say, you don't have to use them at all. If you want to get rid of them completely, then you can do. It will make it even lighter, but they are really handy, and I found it really handy bringing stuff around today because I could have the unhooking mat up the side, and then they were like the perfect width apart. Yeah, I wouldn't be taking them off, but you do have that option if you want to. But the nice thing about this as well, it doesn't affect the pack down of it, because the way they all fold in, it folds completely flat. So it's not like a compromise where you think, oh, I'd like to use the arms, but then it's not flat when it goes back into the car. It doesn't affect that at all. The only thing that I would mention that I haven't done is to use bungee cords with this, like you would do any other barrow. I didn't have an issue coming round, but if you did have more stuff, a bigger load on this trolley, then there is a chance if you're going over a pretty rocky path or something like that, that things could topple off. That's through no fault of the trolley at all. That's purely physics, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's definitely a point to mention, that if you do go for something like this, definitely use bungee cords. But it's not too much of an issue if you pack it right, because you're pulling it down, so all your luggage will be kind of pulled this way. So unless you do go on a really uneven path, most of it should stay put anyway. But it's just something I noticed bringing it round. You'd have less worry that way. So yeah, no biggie, but it's just something to bear in mind. But yeah, that is the flexibility of it. So it's really nice to be able to kind of adapt it depending on how much kit you're taking. If you're taking a lot more, obviously you can widen it out, widen this, raise it, so you can make it a much bigger profile. But if you're going pretty minimal, then you can have it on its smallest. And like I say, you can even take these out if you want to save a bit of weight. But I don't think weight's too much of an issue. So this comes in at 10.7 kilos, which I think in terms of carp barrows and things like that, it's definitely lighter, and it definitely makes it easier getting it in and out of a car or a van. Some barrows weigh an absolute ton and you end up breaking your back. Even though it's just that movement of getting it out, it's still quite an unnecessary weight. So it's made of strong materials. It's made from basically what you'd find on the NGT carp barrows. So it hasn't been stripped back in any respect. So you're still getting the same sort of quality that you would do from a barrow. But like I say, because it's a smaller product, then generally that will mean that it's more lightweight. So yeah, really can't fault it in that respect. It is well built, even from the wheels. The wheels are heavy duty, something I noticed as soon as I took them out of the box. So they're just solid, and obviously you've got one either side. And then just things like all the little fittings, it's all of a good quality, especially considering the price point that we'll come on to in a minute. But I think probably the biggest selling point, the biggest benefit of this is going to be the pack down size. So if you're driving smaller vehicles, if you're just putting stuff into the boot of a car, the fact it packs down flat and the speed at which it packs down or you get it set up really does make it a strong contender for trolleys and barrows, really. So if I show you again, I know I showed you briefly when I got it out, but the arms fold flat. You've got a little pin there which then folds that flat. Your base just folds up, 2 pins here, and then that's it. So essentially, the second you get it out of your vehicle, it's pretty much good to go like that. Obviously, like I say, you've got your pins to put back in, unfold your arms, that one back there, and that down there. So it really is, it's so quick to get sorted. So it's going to get you around the lake a bit quicker. I know what some day tickets are like. You're there in at a certain time and then you've got to rush around. So this could mean that you get the swim that you want. I mean, that's a very loose link, but overall, like I say, I can't fault it. It got me around to the swim today with no issues whatsoever. It's a very good product for the price that it comes in at. So you can buy this direct from the NGT website, and this comes in at $89.95. So I think considering what you're getting, it really is a good value product, and the build quality's there, the pack down's there, the lightweight nature of it. It's definitely a strong contender. So let us know in the comments what you think of this. It really is a cool bit of kit and it will get you around the lake with ease. But thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.